Divisional Commander Chow Ngai Kong said officers tried to question him in Champuy Po station during a routine security search, but he then pulled a 6-inch knife from his backpack. After giving him a warning, a policewoman shot him and he was sent to hospital with a stomach injury. Asked by reporters why police had fired at the man during rush hour at a busy station, Chow said their lives had been under threat. He said the suspect was using a life-threatening sharp-edged weapon to try to attack officers at the scene, adding that the policewoman had considered whether she has the opportunity to hit the target before she actually opened fire. The man was a Hong Kong identity card holder, Chow said, giving no further detail on the suspect. Brazil's President-elect Jair Bolsonaro suggested on Tuesday he was prepared to make a swift U-turn over controversial plans to move the country's Israel embassy from Tel Aviv to Jerusalem. Last week, Bolsonaro reiterated a campaign pledge to follow the lead of U.S. President Donald Trump by switching the embassy from Israel's economic and technological hub to its capital. But on Tuesday, he reeled in his plans, claiming it hasn't yet been decided. The far-right politician was responding to a question from reporters about Egypt's postponing a scheduled visit from Brazil's Foreign Minister Aloysio Nunes. Bolsonaro's announcement of the embassy move on Thursday provoked ire in the Arab world, with a senior Palestinian official branding the move provocative and illegal, while a spokesman for Hamas, which controls the Gaza Strip, called it hostile. Jerusalem's status is hotly disputed. Israel occupied the eastern portion of the city, then under Jordanian control, at the end of a 6-day war in 1967, which pitted it against Egypt, Syria, and Jordan. It later annexed that part of the city in the reunification of Jerusalem, a move that has not been internationally recognized. Madagascar was voting today for a new president in unprecedented polls in which the three front-runners are former heads of state facing off amid efforts to defuse a political crisis. Well, attempts by the most recent president, Raja Narimampian, to change the large Indian Ocean island's electoral laws backfired, sparking nearly 3 months of sometimes violent protests in the capital, Antananarivo. Nearly 10 million voters are eligible to cast ballots for one of 36 candidates who, as well as the three front-runners, include 2 ex-prime ministers, pastors, and a rock star. Polling stations opened at 0300 GMT and are due to close by 1400 GMT. One presidential contender must win 50% of votes cast, or a second round will be held on December 19th. Raja Narimampian is competing against 2 of his predecessors. Mark Ravalomanana, a milk mogul, ruled from 2002 to 2009, and Andre Rayolena, a former nightclub promoter nicknamed the disc jockey, succeeded him and was in power until 2013. The trio staged massive rallies over the weekend in the capital, each attracting tens of thousands of supporters. Madagascar is one of the world's poorest countries, according to World Data Bank, with almost 4 in 5 people living in grinding poverty. U.S. Democratic leader Nancy Pelosi has vowed to impose new checks and balances on Donald Trump's administration, but also signaled it would not be all-out war with Republicans after a party seized the lower house of Congress.
Today is more than about Democrats and Republicans. It's about restoring the Constitution's checks and balances to the Trump administration.
She went on to promise that a Democratic Congress will work for solutions that bring Americans together because they have all had enough of division. Democrats seized control of the lower house of Congress in midterm elections on Tuesday, dealing a stern rebuke to Donald Trump almost 2 years into his polarizing roller coaster presidency. Fox and NBC television networks called the result in the U.S. House of Representatives while confirming expectations that Trump's Republicans will retain control of the Senate. The result upends the balance of power in Washington, where Trump has enjoyed an easy ride from Republican dominance of both houses of Congress since his shock election in 2016. Democrats will now be able to block legislation and light a fire under Trump's feet with investigations of his opaque finances and Russian interference in his 2016 election and possibly push for impeachment. Barcelona becomes first team to qualify for Champions League round of 16. Lorenzo Insigne beat former Italy teammate Gianluigi Buffon from the spot to keep Napoli well in the hunt for a place in the last 16 of the Champions League thanks to a 1-1 draw at home to Paris Saint-Germain on Tuesday. PSG traveled to the Stadio San Paolo looking to go one better after being held to a 2-2 draw in the French capital 2 weeks ago. But after Juan Bernat capped a dominant first-half performance from PSG to hit the opener on the stroke of half-time, Insigne made no mistake when the hosts were awarded a penalty just after the hour after Jose Callejon was sandwiched in the area. The result sees Napoli go top of Group C, level on points with Liverpool following their shock 2-0 defeat by Red Star Belgrade earlier Tuesday. PSG sit third, only 1 point adrift. But in comments to Sky Sport, coach Carlo Ancelotti warned qualification is not secure yet.
Domani, no, non sono rammaricato, sono molto contento. Avevamo diciamo una doppia partita contro una delle squadre, come ho detto, come dicono tutti, più forti in Europa. Siamo passati, diciamo, prendendoci un piccolo vantaggio che non è, in questo momento non è poco, perché il girone è molto equilibrato e ci sarà da giocarsela fino alla fine. Però
Meanwhile, Barcelona qualified for the knockout stage of the Champions League despite Mauro Icardi snatching a late 1-1 draw for Inter Milan at the San Siro.
Bueno, la verdad es que hemos hecho un gran partido. Nuestra intención desde luego era venir aquí como primer objetivo clasificarnos, pero sobre todo queríamos clasificarnos primeros de grupo matemáticamente ganando y lo hemos puesto todo para ganar.
Icardi struck with his first shot of the match in the 87th minute to grab a draw from a match Barcelona dominated from the start. Just 4 minutes after a neat curling strike from substitute Malcolm gave the away side a fully deserved lead. And the Olympic Gymnastics Center at Tokyo 2020 will no longer be a temporary venue. And following a review in the Japanese capital, organizers announced that the facility will remain for a further 10 years and become a convention and exhibition center. According to Tokyo 2020 spokesman Hikariko Ono, the decision has been made to maximize legacy with Tokyo in need of such a venue. Ono said the change will have no impact on Tokyo 2020's athletes' first commitment for the development of the venue. He added the Olympic Gymnastics Center will be an innovative and iconic venue situated in an excellent location in the Tokyo Bay Area. It will have a total site of 100,000 meters squared and a seating capacity for 12,000 spectators. The venue will also stage Botia at the Paralympics with tender for construction due to be launched this autumn. Organizers hope that it will be finished in 2019 with a building heavily featuring timber. It was claimed that this was to ensure sustainability and to provide a distinctive Japanese style. And that's all the time we have this evening. In our top story, court rules Dato Sri Shafi Abdal as rightful Chief Minister of Sabah. Join us again at 12:30 tomorrow afternoon for more updates. Till then, I'm Amin Carlos. Thanks for watching.